Hi, this is Gizmo First. Today we're delving into 5 things we want to see in Fallout 76. I say we because I put the question to the community a couple of weeks ago, so we're working off your comments on my video and various Facebook pages where the video was posted. But I also say we because today I am joined by Jeto, who, being further ahead in his YouTube adventure than me, was kind enough to give me a bit of a kickstart recently through his own channel. Jet, would you say a word or two about yourself?
Hi, my name is Jet. I'm an interesting individual with a good heart, or at least that's what people tell me. I make whatever I enjoy on YouTube, and right now that's Fallout 76 guide content.
If you haven't already, run over there and sub right now.
Do it! Do it! Come on!
We also sat down on Discord to discuss 16 points that were commonly put forward on the comment section, and the full discussion is on another video, so go and check that out if you want after this. So we're going to get started with number 5, exclusive faction missions. When the game first released, a faction was but a pipe dream, but 2 years on, a lot of groups have turned up vying for our attention and our allegiance. The problem, which I touched on a little in my 5 pet peeves video, however, was the lack of consequence picking a side. It would be nice, after making some of those hard choices, to be treated to certain missions that you can only do when aligned with certain people or groups, which of course would also increase our motivation to play through again. As it is, it doesn't matter who you tick off, they'll work with you anyway, which takes a little of the oomph out of the decisions you make. Over to Jet.
While OG Fallout fans found Fallout 4 underwhelming, those who became addicted to the settlement system agreed that NPCs were great at making your various settlements and towns feel lived in. While Fallout 76 has expanded since its launch to include NPCs in the world at large, you can only really have one ally active in your camp at a time. Many of you feel that this needs to change, because not only would it make your camps feel more lived in, but it would encourage more elaborate builds. I mean, so would increasing the budget, because a lot of us are functionality over creativity, like myself, and more budget would probably just, I'd go crazy, but hey. My discussion with Gizmo centered around whether shelters has potentially made this a possibility in the near future with its instance zones. However, I did point out that instance zones still exist in the world. I just theorized that they were far below the map and it still was inside the server, so it would cause lag, so on and so forth. Something I did go on to say is though, it's coming. It's natural progression to get more allies at our camps. We just gotta wait.
Thank you, Jet. Now for number 3, the social hub. For a game that has probably one of the best social communities of any game today, it's quite sad that we're not given any chance to interact with the game's menu or social tab. Nuclear Winter is a team-based game, but you have no way of letting a potential teammate from your friends list know that you're ready and waiting, and unless you're in the same server in adventure mode as a friend, you have no way of communicating with your buddies other than joining their world. This needs to change in a way that makes getting together easier. That being said, an invisible mode wouldn't go amiss either, whereby you cannot be seen by other people on your friends list on those odd occasions when you just really want to be alone, but also not offend anyone who might invite you to their team. Over to Jet for pistols, which was actually his comment and how we actually first met, so take it away, Jet.
Pistol builds in Fallout 76 lack variety, as they only really have 1 to 2-ish great weapons, but the rest are basically mediocre and do need a buff. But as that's probably not going to happen, I instead suggest the Desert Eagle, or Deagle 50AE, or, a 500 Smith & Wesson, that's just as good, 5.7, or a fictional hand cannon that just shoots 50 caliber. Not that 50 AE, 50 caliber. Like out of a sniper rifle. See, pistols can do a lot of damage, but do lack a lot of variety. But with the 50 AE weapons, that could easily be changed, as there isn't a lot of armor that can protect against that type of punch. Weapons like these could see pistols more widely used, and I mean, who doesn't love a Deagle? That gun is so popularized and widely known that you'd probably see more people using them.
And for the last one, number 1, PvP. Now, many of you mentioned survival mode, but we summed it up as being a PvP issue. Now, before people jump down my throat about this one, this issue causes some of the most interesting discussions in the Fallout community. It was clear at release that the creators wanted to encourage PvP as much as possible, but this quickly became problematic and led to higher levels being able to quash lower levels, which led to griefing, either legally or through exploits. Survival mode was an answer to that and was created for people who wanted to play the game, but basically slaughter each other at the same time. Alas, it was taken offline because not many people were playing it, and thus it's very unlikely that it will be reinstated as a game mode. The game is moving away from its original PvP model more and more as time goes by, leaving Nuclear Winter as the only mode where people can freely engage each other. And personally, I am fine with that, but I know many of you are not. Some of you mentioned that PvP needs a reworking. Whatever that might entail and whatever form it might take, no one really knows. I would actually like to see shelters that have a pacify off option when you're building. In the PTS server, you were fair game in a shelter and that was taken away when it officially launched. But if that came back as an option, it would give people who are PvP enthusiasts room to create some really interesting arenas. I know people have already, but they have to skirt certain game mechanics to do so, and this would solve that problem and let the PvP community thrive. I hope we lived up to the expectations of the vid. Thanks once more to Jeto. I know there was a lot more stuff about that, so run over to the podcast now that we also put out today, where Jeto and I delve deeper into discussing those issues. As for me, this is goodbye for now. Please hit the like and subscribe, both here and over at Jeto's channel, and we'll see you soon, either here or in Appalachia.